Hey Randy, remember that show from the early 70s called The Kopykats that featured the top impressionists of the day?
Well, thank you for that perfect setup, Steve, because today's legend was a featured performer on the show and the only regular black cast member.
It's only a paper moon hanging over the cars, but it will be if you believe in me. It's only a canvas sky hanging over a mountain tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me.
I'm Steve McClellan.
And I'm Randy Hodgins, and that was the great George Kirby, impersonating both Nat King Cole and Ella Fitzgerald. Born in Chicago in 1923, Kirby was the youngest child of a show business family, and one of his neighbors was the great Louis Armstrong. After serving in the Army in World War II and earning a Purple Heart, Kirby moved to New York, where he got his start at the 845 Club.
Kirby performed in London and the U.S. with stars like Cab Calloway, Earl Hines, Sarah Vaughan, and Billy Eckstine. In 1948, he made his debut on Ed Sullivan's Toast to the Town and was a guest on many variety and talk shows. This exposure resulted in Kirby being one of the first black performers to successfully cross over to white audiences.
Kirby's career blossomed in the 60s with appearances on Ed Sullivan, Perry Como's Kraft Music Hall, The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, and Laugh-In. And while impressions were most of Kirby's stock in trade, he could also do some classic stand-up, like this take on his wife's weekly poker game.
There they were, the girls, the green eye shades, the smoke curling from their noses out of their noses right through the dining room fixtures. And in front of each woman, a big pile of chips. Corn chips, wheat chips, potato chips.
In the early 70s, Kirby got his own show titled Half the George Kirby Comedy Hour, which ran for 22 episodes and was comedian Steve Martin's first credit in front of the camera. Here's George with Marilyn Michaels in a skit that parodies All in the Family, delivering a spot-on Archie Bunker impersonation.
Archie, we got new neighbors.
No kidding, we got new neighbors. Well, that's got to be the biggest news since the discovery of the pipe.
Kirby struggled with drug addiction most of his life, and in 1977, he was convicted of selling drugs to an undercover police officer and served 3+ years in federal prison. While his career never truly recovered, he continued to play clubs in Vegas, made guest spots on TV shows, and even joined Bob Hope in 1983, entertaining the troops in Beirut with an impression of Humphrey Bogart singing jazz.
How about a big hand for George Kirby right here?
Great jazz singer of all times is the big man, H.B. Humphrey Bogart. Going to Chicago. Sorry that I can't take you. Shooby-dooby-doo.
You can find out more about George Kirby and all our comedy legends, including video clips and extended audio cuts at laughtracksradio.com. Thanks for listening, and until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. Goodbye, everybody.